The long dark took everything from us. It took our crops, our countries, and for many of us, our lives. We managed to survive underground, burrowed underneath the corpse that is this earth. So many years have passed, we have lost track of time. Yet there are still those who live with us that remember what the surface once was and long for its return. Balking against the mandates of the ordered government and the qui sustenant, there are those that would dare risk their freedom and even their lives to see one last glimpse of what the surface once was. We are the brave. We are the bold. We are the ones that seek the surface. We seek the land of Viridian, the one that was once promised to us. The last time we checked, we were in the wash with the party. They had retired for the night. Krusk has
Stovegate happened.
Yeah.
Don't you even bring Stovegate up, all right?
I'm pretty sure I ate a stick of butter.
That was so traumatic that I had to go and make fire to prove that I could make fire afterwards.
Yeah, that was really bad. So, Krusk was kind of standoffish, and as of late, it seems like something was said to him when you guys left Temperance's presence, and he's been kind of, very moody and has been isolating himself from the party. Has decided to not travel with you today. He seems to be deep in thought. You try to ask him what's wrong. He is just kind of turtling up. So maybe it's better to just leave him alone today. All right. So, Embrin, I wanted to touch upon you today. When you guys went lights out, you were visited by a very strange presence. Kind of similar to what happened with Carrick.
Huh.
So you were in like a vast flowing pool of like dark gray, illuminated white type of deal. And you were looking up into a very strange symbol. It kind of resembles a square with a dot inside of it, but the sides are sagging and kind of melting, a la like a Dali painting.
Like dripping almost?
Yeah, like the corners are dripping.
Okay. I don't have a frame of reference for that. So that's weird. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope that you wouldn't have a frame of reference for that. That means you've seen some stuff. So
just for fun. I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder. How deep does the rabbit hole go?
Oh no.
I'm going to make a lore check. And I assume it might be like at disadvantage or something.
What sort of lore would you like to peruse? Would you like to peruse the world's history? Would you like to visit things strange and arcane? Would you like to see if a god has something to say about this?
I'm looking at that symbol, and I'm trying to think, do I recognize that at all? And I guess I would be thinking, like, is this a magic thing? Is this a faith thing? Is this something totally different?
In Embrin's world, what would be her more studious frame of reference? Would she be more arcanically understanding or more religiously understanding?
It's the same.
Oh.
Like, if I had to think about Embrin as a person, I feel like faith would be more prominent because it's closer to people.
Okay.
If you get my meaning.
Yeah.
But mechanically, it's the same.
So I suppose roll religion on this.
Am I modifying this in any way?
Whatever your religious roll would be. I don't know what your knowledge religion check is. Are you proficient in it, etc.?
I'm not.
Yeah. So it'd be your wisdom roll, or is it intelligence? I believe it's intelligence, actually. Yeah. It's based off your intelligence.
A 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a repeat of when I had my stupid dream.
Yeah, your mind can't really comprehend what you're seeing. You see a very strange and almost ethereal figure in front of you, hovering just overhead, just out of reach. Static, but the sides of it are melting. It's like a droopy square that seems almost viscous in form. And it just kind of keeps hanging there, and your mind can't really come up with any analog or any like real frame of reference. This is really a unique vision.
I'm struggling to stifle the intensity of my discomfort.
Yeah.
This sucks. This place is weird. These things I'm seeing are weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, it seems to illuminate a little bit brighter as to, when you're kind of interacting with it. I don't know if you like approach it or if you don't.
I mean, if I don't understand it, I suppose it would at least make sense to observe it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not alive, then I could cautiously approach it.
Okay. Cerebron, it says. Cerebron. At least that's what it sounds like to your ears.
Cerebron?
Cerebron.
Sure, but then what?
Cerebron, shirna.
You said that the symbol was like lighting up as I got closer?
Yep.
What kind of a light is it? Is there a heat off of it? Is it just hard to look at?
It's like bright, almost phosphorescent luminescence.
Fungal. Perfect. Love this place.
I mean,
it could be food.
It's pretty big. It would be described in D&D terms as a colossal figure.
Shit.
Attack it. Attack it.
Shirna. Shirna Serafron.
Nope, I don't get it. Do you speak common?
Damn, why didn't I think of asking that question?
It actually kind of melds as you ask it that question, and the sides become a lot of softer and smoother, and it like forms into a more rigid like square as opposed to like this droopy square mass that you were looking at before. Get way, son, no?
I assume this is still a language beyond my time.
There was some comment in there, though. You understood no.
I will rephrase the question, but this time in Dwarvish? Is this tongue familiar to you?
Says yes.
Oh. Good. Good. I was concerned about understanding each other.
Little shun, it says. Come, Stirna.
What manner of being are you?
Big.
Embrin blinks and nods in approval because yes, that's true.
Little one. It sounds very stilted. Clearly, it's not speaking a language that is native to it. Little one, come.
I look around at the vast gray nothingness that isn't really a place anyway. And then I say, sure.
So, I suppose you stand just under it.
If that is the way I can get to it, yeah.
Yeah. You, gift, have gift.
Gift?
You see like a soupy part of its figure come down and kind of gently boop the top of your forehead, and you feel this weird warmth and light trickle down your extremities. It's this warm and kind of pseudo pleasant feeling. It still feels really weird because it doesn't feel natural.
Huh.
Gift, many give. Gift. You are gift.
I share it? Or only me?
Why here? Gift. Why gift? You are here. Gift.
Confused.
Out of time. Gift. Gift. In here. Gift. Strange.
I'm Are my hands different? Is anything physically changed?
I mean, if you look down at yourself, you see that you are you. The perspective really hasn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
As far as you can tell, you're still within the same body that you've always inhabited.
Thank you.
Latea, gift.
What now?
Dark times. You are in dark times. It is happening. Has happened. Soon. Maybe.
Darker? More dark?
World is dark, but live. You live.
Okay.
Remember my symbol. Symbol. It's like struggling with the word.
Okay. Square with dot.
Little one, do well. You are gift. And the world kind of spirals and spins, and you find yourself in your bed. Well, at least the hotel bed.
Ugh. I'm never eating potatoes again.
So yeah. Everyone does notice that there's a lot of hullabaloo going outside. You hear like the clanging and banging of plates. A lot of people moving hither and thither outside your hotel room. It seems very lively. Decimith, you know this as a town holiday. Everyone's really excited about it. You've never really been given a straight answer as to what this is actually celebrating.
I also don't care because that means I get to drink for no reason.
It's true. It's one of the few days where public carousing isn't really frowned upon. It's kind of expected. So the town guard are a little bit more prominent, but they're also a little bit more lax. Like, they're only going to stop the drunkards that are making a real nuisance out of themselves.
So Carrick's kind of like looking out the window and he's like, sounds like a party today.
Oh yeah, it's Festivus. It's also Christmas. It's also Thanksgiving. But I just had a random thought. I thought about it, and yeah, this will be perfect. We should kill Deborah today. It'll be the best time to do it. Everyone's distracted.
So Carrick, whose spirits had been lifted by the thought of getting some booze today, immediately sours.
Listen, we can still get booze, but I'm saying we get booze before, kill Deborah, get booze after. We have the entire day.
I don't like the idea of being that man's assassin.
I'll do it. It's fine.
What did she do? Why is this Deborah on Temperance's, what's the word? Shit list. Why is that a thing?
Let's just say if you're part of the Q-Systonauts, you're always on Temperance's shit list. And as far as I'm concerned, I agree. You saw what they did.
She's involved with the people who we encountered the other night.
Most definitely.
As you guys are hashing out plans to, conspiracy to murder of a political official.
Yeah, no, like, I am so not about this right now.
You hear like footsteps skittering just outside your hotel room. You hear people going, Foksa, Foksa, Meri Foksa, Foksa, Foksa. And people chittering back and forth. And there's a lot of excitement, it seems like, outside your door. A lot of people like running around, and it's like, oh, you're going to the Foksa, you hear outside of your yeah, of course. Well, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
What is a Foksa?
Let's go outside and find out.
Decimith, roll me history.
This is a lot of people. How do they all fit here?
Roll you history. Word.
Roll it with advantage.
Excellent. Where is it? There it is. Oh, wow. Just nothing. Straight roll. Okay, there. Bam.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Well, balance as all things should be. So,
nothing like a no advantage on advantage.
wow. Okay. So, yeah. You are passingly familiar with the term. You know that it has to do with that weird boxing tournament that they have every now and then. You hear participants in the wash every now and then, in the underground fight arena. You don't really take place in that because you feel like that's beneath you, I guess, or whatever.
Yep.
Not good to build your profile and show that you are a prominent martial artist. But
Yeah.
there are people that practice this particular folk art, as you understand it. It's kind of it's pretty raw.
Yeah, and I assume that there's betting on it too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Decimeth is definitely in on that, though.
Some pretty prominent Foksa practitioners like Oleg and Bauli. It's a pretty brutal affair. It's if you a IRL equivalent would be like bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah.
But they have some additional rules. So leg kicks are totally allowed. Clinching is totally allowed. You can clinch and like punch people while you're holding their head. It's pretty savage. Fights only really go to the ground when it's like almost over. So a good majority of the fights usually end with a guy like mounted on top of the other guy and just beating their face into hamburger. So
just lunch meat.
True holiday spirit.
It's perfect. How do you guys feel about watching some good old-fashioned violence? But of the legal kind.
Combat sports.
Huh?
It's a combat sport, yes. Yes, exactly. We can drink and bet money. I've made a good chunk of change betting money on these things. I have the algorithm. I know who wins and who loses all the time. I never lose.
Interesting. Can Carrick try his hand at the history check?
Maybe we can get Deborah to fight.
Yeah, of course.
I want to see if I can get some additional deets.
Ain't this about a bitch? Look at that.
So, Carrick, which is kind of surprising to you unless you're like secretly into this sport, you know that Foksa is actually practiced around Newton, kind of around every civilization area that you found in the Underdark, depending on how far you've traveled. It's a very well-known Earlish sport. You would know Earlish as a former country before the Long Dark happened. In a previous life, you were part of the country of Unapresh, which is, if you were to make like a European analog, you'd be like in the Germanic area of the early part of the Holy Roman Empire. So like Unapresh is kind of like that big heart-shaped chunk of the continent. Anklia is kind of like slightly north and takes up the majority of the rest of the continent. They were pretty imperial before the Long Dark happened, and Erlis as one of the island colonies that they founded a long ways away. I mean, Erlis is way the F out there.
So this is a really old traditional blood sport then.
Yes. If we're going to use like a real world equivalent, it would be like Lethwei for the Myanmar people, or Muay Thai, something to that effect. It's a cultural sport.
Yeah.
Something that the Earlish people strongly identify with.
Maybe his mom knew something about it, being a battle maid.
She would have probably enjoyed watching her some Foksa.
Probably. Yeah, so Carrick kind of knows what it's about, and he's like, well, I suppose we can take in a match.
That's right, let's go get some of this action. Decimeth grabs his stuff, heads for the door.
Oh, I assume so.
Is there food?
Plenty of food.
I'm assuming you guys are like leaving your hotel room.
Yeah. That as a quick aside, Decimeth is pumped up, ready to go. Carrick's gonna kind of side-eye Embrin and be like, I could use the time to think about some things.
Embrin smiles.
Decimeth's already left.
Yeah, let's not get separate from him.
oops, he left us behind. I guess we're gonna have to do our own thing. No, just kidding.
We're gonna flip the script and kill that lady while he's gone.
Wow.
You know,
Greatest anime betrayals 2020.
no. That would put an odd damper on his spirits, wouldn't
Look,
it?
I don't wanna fuck with him. I wanna fuck with Temperance. But anyway, that's just me being spiteful and petty. We'll lean into that later.
Hey, Carrick,
Yeah.
when you had that weird dream the other night, did you see a melty square with a dot in the middle?
No, that's not what I saw at all. I saw a shape that was a four-pointed star, sort of like a hollowed-out compass rose.
Strange. I don't think my body was ready for potatoes.
Did you have a strange dream as well?
Really weird. There was a melty square, and it kept calling me a little one, said I had a gift and dark times were coming, but it's already dark, and it just, we had to speak in Dwarvish, and it wasn't great, because it wasn't really, I don't know, I just feel like maybe I haven't been eating right.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if a melty square with a dot in it sounds like anything I know?
I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, it'd probably be difficult, but sure, you can give it a shot.
Okay. Could have been better.
There's a lot of folk traditions, right? Like in the
Yeah.
There's a lot of cultures, a lot of nations, and your brain kind of wraps its head around the before times, when you were able to see the sun and there were people and, doing things above ground and everything wasn't dark and depressing all the time. But your mind kind of goes towards Earlis again. You don't know why you've been thinking so much about Earlis, like in the past 5 minutes.
It's because of the damn potatoes, isn't it?
What was in those things?
Pure, uncut, Erlesian essence.
Potatoes are more of an Unapresh thing. That's why you were kind of high on it. Earlish people, and I'll give you this for free. Earlish people kind of cultivate more like grain stuff, like, rye, wheat, that type of stuff.
Okay.
Potatoes are more Unapreshian, and I'm sure that you have some sort of like subconscious association with that nation that you once had and potatoes.
All right. I mean, it certainly made me feel a certain way to have those potatoes, so.
For Arcana, yeah, it's, you feel like it would be more of like a folk religion for the Earlish people. Before Earlis became a colony, there were natives, and it seems like that would be more in the spectrum of what they would have worshipped before the English colonists came to the land.
Gonna have to file that away for, next time I make it to a library on the effing surface, I'll look into that a little bit more. Carrick's kind of uneasy that this has happened to someone else, because he was already uneasy that it happened to him. So he's just gonna be like, I'm sure it's no big deal. Let's catch up with Decimith before he gets himself into trouble or gets someone else into trouble.
I have a bad feeling that the way he knows who's going to win is that he gets involved and then he wins.
Let's find out together.
Oh boy.
So Decimith, I'm gonna cut to you, and then I'll have Embrin and Carrick come in afterwards because you got a bit of a head start. You go down to the main lobby of the Wash, and it's just full of people, celebrating. Some people brown bagging or the equivalent thereof, their liquor. Some people just not giving a crap and just drinking the hooch straight from the bottle.
And this is like the morning, right?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers just drinking in the morning. Godlike, I love it.
Yeah. The poor receptionist is just burying his head in his hands, going, "Oh my God," trying to deal with rowdy, very spirited people high on spirits. And, the general nightmare of customer service that comes from dealing with drunk people trying to book rooms and stuff.
He could be drinking too.
You actually see the receptionist pull out a small flask and kind of sneak a peek in between, dealing with rowdy people.
Attaboy. That'll help.
When in Rome, might as well get drunk on the job. Your associates are kind of like intermingled with all the people. Your boy Sundock is enjoying his share of Pinevelian ale. It's kind of hard with his anatomy, big old curvy beak.
Most of it gets on the floor.
A lot of it gets on the floor.
He'll be all right. We haven't invented straws yet.
Okay, real question, because I'm thinking about it and I realize I don't really know.
Yeah.
How do birds drink?
Carefully.
They usually would dip their beak into the liquid and use the bottom portion of their beak like a scoop.
So maybe he has a saucer.
He's doing it straight from the bottle because Sundock is a low-key savage.
He has the saucer and he's straight up not using it.
It's just off to the side.
He has the bottle entirely in his beak and he's just tossing his head back. It's just splashing out the sides.
That's exactly what Sundock's doing.
Some grimy person is getting the splash.
Yeah, as Jordan would say, that grimy shit. Your boy's doing that. You see a couple of your associates that we haven't named yet that are just kind of hanging around, but you know who they be.
Yep.
They give you the secret inner circle nod.
The head nod, the classic.
Yeah. Your boy Temperance is probably somewhere schmoozing with people and getting even more drunk than usual. Then you see Carrick and Embren go down the stairs. Carrick and Embren, you see literally all that already.
Wow.
Sundock is making an absolute mess of himself and the floor.
That's great. Carrick's definitely as nobility, he was raised to be a man of the people. So he's definitely blending and carousing, but trying to stay close to Ember and keep an eye on her. I don't want to get fucking separated, so.
Yeah, it's kind of like Mardi Gras. As you go into the crowd, people are just tossing you bottles, some of which are, in better condition than others, shall we say.
Yeah.
Some of the lips are a little bit more sanitary than others.
Carrick, someone just handed me a bottle and it looks like it's just water with an onion in it. This can't be booze, can it? It's also open. I'm not sure about this.
What's the legal drinking age in here?
I don't think there's anything legal in here.
That's true.
Decimeth appears to be well on his way.
Decimeth, you got dual wielding bottles of ale.
Of course.
Because your boys hook you up.
Wait, no. Try wielding. 2 in the hand, 1 in the tail.
Someone inserts one into your tail as you pass.
Yes.
So
Carrick, a child just handed me this bottle, insisting it was mushroom vodka. Is this a thing? I'm not sure about this.
Carrick just kind of smiles because he's hitting the booze right now too.
yeah, this is some good stuff. This is probably the best stuff you've had in a while.
I told y'all this was a nice place. I wouldn't have you guys in no bum shack. Come on now. I have higher standards than that. Mostly.
I want in, but I should eat first.
You have the option to do so. That poor receptionist looks like he's in over his head, but I'm sure he could call for room service or something.
Probably not gonna happen.
You see people walking in with hand wraps, the equivalent of gyros and stuff like that.
Turkey legs and whatnot.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, actual turkey legs. This place is kind of lit for being in a horrible underdark city in a post-apocalypse.
Excellent.
Lizards on sticks, that kind of thing.
Yeah, totally.
No, I bet it's mushrooms on sticks.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's probably the mushroom equivalent of a turkey leg or something.
Yeah,
you were just eating whole mushroom stalks.
Just roasted in some grease, I guess.
As big as your head.
they're doing pretty good for themselves, and you're not really sure how they're doing all this shit. So,
Decimeth,
Yes.
what's the best day drinking fare?
Oh shit. Well, if I had to say the best place I would go, you always go down to the arena, right? And then in the dark corner, there's a hole in the wall spot where you get the best Hooch, I swear to God,
Right.
it is the best in all of the town.
But what do you eat? You know,
Oh
you
shit!
can keep
Eating,
going.
Potatoes?
Oh God,
More
not more
fungus?
potatoes.
I never really think about the food. I always drink the day away.
You don't get hungry?
I mean, I eat scraps here and there. You know, steal somebody's plate or two.
He admits it so freely.
Yeah, listen, people are drunk. They don't notice a lot of things during today.
No kidding.
You could probably take something right off somebody's plate and they wouldn't even notice. Like so.
Roll me a sleight of hand check right now.
I want to see him swipe some food with 3 bottles of booze. One in each hand and one in the
Right.
tail.
This is gonna be with disadvantage because your hands are clearly occupied.
shit. Okay.
So he's proven his
No,
point.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wait. Their
so-
perception might still be ass because they're drunk. So
Yep. I'm gonna roll that right now.
Oh God.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
So yeah, you pull a turkey leg out of a dude's hand. Somehow he doesn't notice, even though you clearly thumb break his grip, and now you have a turkey leg that's bitten into because that was someone else's.
Yep, and then I bite into it. See? Easy.
Okay. Yeah. Nah, that's
Go ahead, Emran, you should try it.
Hey, you know, those wraps look really good. I'm gonna try a hero. I'll be right back.
Excellent.
Carrick flips her a coin. Could you grab me one as well, please?
Uh-huh.
Coins. Buying? What? Unbelievable.
So there's a moment where the half elf that you just poached looks down at his hand and realizes that he's missing a 3-pound turkey leg and is really confused for a moment. And then shrugs and then goes back to downing his bottle of ale.
Carrick's gonna medium loud. Can you believe how fast that guy ate that turkey leg? To Decimith while he's eating that guy's turkey leg.
I know. It was incredible.
Bones and all.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh, something goes here about booze helps you digest the bones. I don't know.
Special thanks to our logo designer Sierra Twazin, to Toys and Things in Danvers, Massachusetts, Reaper Miniatures, and Mongoose Publishing. If you enjoy the show, help the podcast grow. Give us a follow on Twitter at LordsBroken, join the community Discord, and maybe consider offering a small tribute to the old ones on our Ko-Fi. All these links and more can be found in our Linktree at linktr.ee/thebrokenlords. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Linda.
And I'm Jane.
And we have a brand new podcast called Bedknobs and Broomflicks, where we talk about witches of the entertainment world. From the horror movies Warlock, Suspiria, The Witch, and The Blair Witch Project,
To the more comedic or whimsical, such as Harry Potter, Hocus Pocus, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and The Blair Witch Project.
no movie, TV show, or book is off limits.
All witches, man witches, sorry warlocks, we're not calling you that. Witches brews, witches of history, familiars, and witch-like activity will be discussed as we laugh and have fun talking about the wonderful world of witches.
So join us every other week for some fun witchy talk.
All witches welcome.